What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And today we're going to be talking about Sea of Thieves coming to PlayStation 5. And I'm going to talk about this game in general and why I think that this is a remarkable construct of events as to why this game is coming multiple platforms. And I really think that this is something that I never really was quite expecting. I don't think a lot of people were expecting this because normally we don't get games like this that are first party exclusive to an ecosystem like the Xbox or PlayStation or PC. But I think when it comes to Sea of Thieves, I actually literally can't wait for this game, to be quite honest with you, because it's the reason why I'm very excited for this. Other than it being a Xbox console exclusive and a PC exclusive, but I think it has to do with what this game is going to be able to do and how it's going to be absolutely amazing on the PlayStation, because Rare Studios that made this game this has been over 29 years that they've been able to do a game going multi-platform other than it being a first party exclusive title. And it's fascinating to me as to why they decided to do something like this. And I think the reason why they're doing this, in my personal opinion, is because, to my understanding, is that the hardware, especially for the Xbox Series S or X, are not selling very well, even though that they are selling pretty well, but are not selling very well at the same time. And it's the reason why I think that the reason why they're bringing some of their first party exclusives. We've already have Pentiment that's already out, other than Sea of Thieves coming out sometime next month, and then we also have other two titles that really can't. Oh, it's Hi-Fi Rush and Grounded. Another game I'm actually really looking forward to is Grounded. Not Hi-Fi Rush, really, but it looks interesting. But either or, I think when it comes to Sea of Thieves, that this game is really going to benefit the product marketing when it comes to multi-platform, other than it being a first party exclusive. And believe you me, I really think that when it comes to a game like this, it is very much of a pirate game. I played the open beta for the Skull and Bones not too long ago before the game initially released, and while I was thoroughly impressed with the Skull and Bones open beta, I decided not to get the game because I kind of felt like I was going to veer off that game eventually if I were to get that game, and thank goodness I didn't, because I saved up a lot of money, or I saved up money on that game. And to my understanding, that the game is not doing very well, and the game has been slashed from its original price tag and being marked down to a better price point for other people to eventually get the game. But that's not a really good marketing way of trying to get rid of a game, possibly. I'm sure, I don't know that for sure, but that's the way how I'm feeling about that. But either or, Sea of Thieves really does have the highest potential of being a multi-platform game, other than it being a first-party exclusive title. And to my understanding is that, for what I've been hearing and reading, is that this game is indeed one of the highest pre-order first-party exclusives on PlayStation 5 ever, for the first time ever, over 29 years. And that is amazing to me, because to me personally, I think going multi-platform for a game like this, it's a smart move for Xbox, really, because it's not just because for PlayStation gamers out there, much like myself, that are going to get a lot of playtime on this game. But there is going to be cross play and cross save, to my understanding, as well. So that's going to be kind of cool. But I'm really thinking that this is a really smart move, as I previously mentioned, because it's like, I'm not a professional in when it comes to the gaming industry, or when it comes to journalism, or anything for that matter, or product marketing. It's just that I really think it's really not that hard to understand, really, because it's like, I've been into gaming for more than a decade, and I've noticed that when it comes to gaming in general, whether if you're on PC or on console, it's really not hard to discern of what a high probability of an Xbox first party game exclusive title, much like Sea of Thieves or Grounded or Pentiment or any other games that we could possibly probably think of that might be coming over to PlayStation. And there are rumors still circulating, but they're just rumors, obviously, that maybe a Gears of War collection might be on its way. There have been other rumors for Starfield that might be coming. We don't know that for sure, but we don't know what's happening with this type of momentum shift when it comes to these titles coming to multi-platform. And there's a reason why I think, and that's the reason why I think that it's a smart move, even for Sea of Thieves, as I previously mentioned. I know I tend to repeat myself, so my apologies on this, but this is one of the biggest things I've ever seen in gaming history, because it's something that I never really thought what was going to happen or be possible. But I think that it's, as I previously mentioned, it's really going to help Xbox. It's really going to help PlayStation being able to bring some of that marketing in from the price tag of the different editions that you can get for Sea of Thieves on PlayStation. But it's also going to help Xbox for its marketing strategy. And so I just think that it's going to be quite interesting of where this is going to go in terms of future titles that could possibly come over to multi-platform, whether if it's on Nintendo Switch or PlayStation 5. I do believe that there will be some games that could be benefit towards the PlayStation 5 more so than on the Switch, because the Switch is indeed an underperforming system. And I do own a Switch. I thoroughly enjoy it. I played Metroid Prime Remastered on it. I played some Doom 64 on there. And I have played some Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And those games are absolutely phenomenal for that type of system. But I think when it comes to its performance-wise and its graphics-wise, and with all the visual fidelity and the audio fidelity, it's not as great as platforms are like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X or S. So I actually highly believe that. And a lot of people actually believe that as well. So I just want to make this video real quick on why I think this is the most important move. I think a lot of people think that it's not the greatest thing, maybe. But as I previously mentioned, this is a big momentum shift when it comes to this type of marketing, especially coming from Xbox and going to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. And so I just think that this is remarkable. I have never seen something like this before until now. And another thing, though, too, which I was actually heavily surprised on this, is that these games that are coming out for PlayStation 5 and for the Switch are coming out pretty quickly. Because I do follow another YouTuber. He goes by Reforged Gaming. He's pretty legit. I really like the way how he speaks. I really like the way how he just comes out with his own opinions and their theories of what games could potentially come to these multi-platform services, much like the PlayStation or Nintendo Switch. And so it's really cool of where things could go if this is actually going to happen, since these games are becoming a highlight to multi-platform on the PS5 or Switch. And so he's also thinking that maybe it's a possibility that if these games are successful, other than Sea of Thieves becoming the most highest pre-ordered game for the PlayStation 5, we could see another momentum shift, a more first-party, older exclusive titles coming to PlayStation, maybe possibly excluding the Nintendo Switch. We've also heard, as I previously mentioned before, about the Gears of War collection, or maybe even the Master Chief collection. We don't know that for sure, but we don't know if this is going to happen or not. But either or, this is a big pinnacle of era of gaming in general, and I think that it's going to be very interesting. Now, I want to dive more about Sea of Thieves, because I think that this game is really going to get a higher... It's not just because of its high priority selling point for the PlayStation 5, but it's the fact that I really do believe that this game is going to really utilize a more player base on the PlayStation. Because, there is a high player base or fan base on the Xbox market and on the PC market. And it'll be interesting of how this game is really going to be fully optimized for the PlayStation 5, or the the optimization and the preferential way of how this game is going to play, whether if it's gameplay mechanics and vice versa. It'll be quite interesting of where this game is going to go on the PlayStation. And quite honestly, as I previously mentioned, I am thoroughly excited for this. I've actually, no, that's a lie, because I have been excited for so many games for the past few years. And I think when it comes to Sea of Thieves, that this game really does have the full potential of being amazing on a multi-platform like the PlayStation 5, other than being on Xbox or PC. So, but anyways, I just thought, like I said, I want to put this out there. I really want to share my thoughts and opinions on this, and why and as to why I think that this is a remarkable way of having a good marketing value of gaming on multi-platforms, other than being on just one ecosystem. And so I think that Sea of Thieves is going to be a perfect fit on the PlayStation 5, other than it already being existent on the Xbox Series X or S, or on PC. So all I can say is that this game looks fantastic. I really, like I said, I can't wait to play this game when this game initially comes out. And I do have some friends that I would really like to play with this game with, because this game, it just looks so much fun. I've heard nothing but great things about it too, and it's fascinating. And I love its color palette. I like the structure of the game itself, and the way how it just feels much more of a pirate game other than Skull and Bones. But other than that, I just think that Sea of Thieves is really going to utilize a lot of fun mechanic and core gameplay systems. And I really think that this game is really going to have the highest potential of being great on this platform. But anyways, so much further ado, this is Jake from Citizen JV. Thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Any comments or questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. And you guys have a good rest of your week.